I'm going all in. The market is about to break. I have never seen so much lunacy in the market in my life. So that is my signal to go all in. I'm not going to do any shorts though. That is one thing I swore, no idea. I promised I would never do. I'm going all in with buying all one stock, $1 million. All in because the market is about to fall over. It's doing the most ridiculous things right now. It's obvious to everyone who actually opens their eyes and looks. Elon Musk, I told you, was the only winner. He is the only winner. He's now diluting the stock and stuffing it all to everybody who just bought SpaceX. On the same night before, we had all big influencers telling everyone to buy SpaceX. It was going to $1,000. What does that mean? That means we've got crazy action in the stock market. No one is paying attention to the stock that is about to go up. So I've decided to buy the one thing everybody sold, to buy the thing that everybody else is about to lose their money on. What am I talking about? You'll find out in a few seconds. I've gone all in. I've transferred money from a bank that doesn't even have the money in the bank. I'm that confident in that I'm going to make the money before the money even arrives in my portfolio and then disappears. I'll explain all of that coming up in today's show. I'm all in. Where will you be when the market crashes? Will you lose your money or will you be standing with me on the moon? Let's get ready. It's a big afternoon. I'm going to show you all live. Get ready. I'm all in. The question is, are you? This is the countdown to in, lose it all, or make it all. It's no other option. All in or nothing. This is a show you cannot afford to miss. It's showtime. Tap the like. If you're watching later, skip through all of this. Everybody else, get ready. Put the kettle on. Big afternoon coming up. Here we go. The market is on an absolute knife edge. I have never seen trading like it, options like this, all out speculation and gambling like I have never seen before. We predicted that Japan would raise rates. I said there'd be no rate cuts in 2026. I was right. I told you there would be a crash in September, October. It could now come earlier. We have got all out craziness. I've never seen anything like it. I've gone back through history and I've looked at times where the market could be this on edge, this more volatile, this more crazy. We have never, ever in the history had a moment like this. And I've gone back 100 plus years to see how the stock market reacted to inflation, to oil spikes, to the potential issue of a recession, rate cuts, rate hikes, wars, macro conditions, debt crisis, all of these things, fear in the market, one stock that is literally taking the whole market by storm, SpaceX. Today we've learned, no surprise really, it was in our thesis when we did the IPO of SpaceX. Elon has come out and told people he's raising more money out of those who are already stuffed with paying $220 for SpaceX when it's only worth $50. Roll out Bloomberg, roll out CNBC, all the big shots coming out telling you should be buying SpaceX. It's the greatest meme stock of all, and it could go to $1,000. The moment that was said, it went from $220 down to $180, and now we're all over the place. While all that's going on, no one's paying attention to what's really important: the defensive market, which will prop all this up. And that, of course, is defensive stocks like Coca-Cola. So even though I'm just a very small fish in a massive pond, I decided today to go all in and all in on steroids. So I've done it. I am now all in with $1 million on one stock, Coca-Cola. 1 million. You're looking at one position on the screen. This is my brokerage, plus my Roth, plus my ISA, plus my UK Robinhood account. $1 million. All in. And I've taken a gamble on money I don't even have, because on the 21st of this month, as it is every month, I get paid. That falls on a Sunday. So I'm going to get paid on the Tuesday, which is a few days away. And when I get paid, I bring my money into Robinhood. I then can double it with margin and I can buy. However, I don't want to wait until Monday, because everything in the market now is screaming buy in Coca-Cola, because no one is paying attention and everyone is about to lose their money on crypto, the S&P 500, SpaceX, you name it. And they're going to have to run somewhere, and they're going to run straight into my bank account, Coca-Cola. So I've decided to transfer money I don't even have. I've done this before, but not quite this stretched. Okay, so on Monday, well, in fact, let's rewind that. The order has already been placed on a Thursday. So tomorrow, Robinhood will go to my bank and say, where's the money? They won't do it today. They'll do it tomorrow. Nothing will happen on Friday because, of course, Friday is a bank holiday. There could be some kind of hold up. The weekend will give me some kind of get out of jail card. Then there'll be Sunday, and then the money will be in on Monday. Let's hope, shall we? Because what I've done is transfer money from my bank, which doesn't even exist, into Robinhood today. I've doubled it. So I've not just gone in, I've gone in with some. And then I bought Coca-Cola on this dip this morning. It's getting ridiculous. We've just heard that Elon Musk is going to dilute SpaceX. It's ridiculous. Just days after the IPO went through the roof, people have been buying crazy prices. It's only worth $50 to $60, but it didn't stop them paying $220. Roll out all the big influencers, which are greedy, selfish individuals that care nothing for you, but care everything for money for themselves. They won't share with you their real wealth, what they really have. I share with you everything. And this is all I have in the world. This is my entire life in front of you, live, unedited, unscripted. I'm just a little guy trying to help people and tell you the truth of what I see. Now, I might be completely wrong, but I haven't been wrong for 3 years. I don't think so. Now this morning I hear through Sensei, who speaks directly to Michael Burry now wants to short SpaceX. At the moment, it's about to go onto the NASDAQ. It's just about 8 days away from going onto the NASDAQ. Imagine if SpaceX crashes on the NASDAQ. It's bringing the entire market down. I cannot wait for that. I don't mean I can't wait for that. That's a great thing. It's not. Most people are going to lose all their money. When I say I can't wait for that, I can't wait for Monday to get paid. I want to be in the market now. Why? Because there's no market tomorrow. Friday, the markets are closed tomorrow. Saturday, Sunday, weekend, back on Monday. So what are we going to do? We need to be in. We need to be ready. So I am in. So I'm in with $1 million. All in. Now, if I get this wrong, I could be wiped out completely. I'm all on the line. I'm prepared to put my money where my mouth is and do what I say and say what I do. Because if I get this right, my portfolio is going to go absolutely ballistic when this rally returns. Will it return or will it take me to zero? Well, we'll find out because there's no way out of it for me right now. That's it. I could, of course, could sell for a loss if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Why would I want to do that? I am ready for the biggest trade of my life. I told you $1 million trade is coming. Well, it might be here now. I'm in with $1 million. Will I end up trading $1 million? Will I make $1 million? Well, only time will tell. This is going to be one hell of a weekend for me. Don't know where I'm going to sleep over the weekend. Just making sure and hoping to God the money arrives in my bank on Monday and Robin Hood haven't decided to pull the money that doesn't exist. I'm taking a chance. I know it's a chance. You shouldn't do it. You should never follow me. This is my money, my journey. I'm doing what I think is right for my portfolio, and I'm always prepared to go to the very ends of the earth to achieve it. I'll always work hard, and I'll always get it done. So let's look at the markets right now. Here is my portfolio live right now. No surprise, I'm down today $8,000. That's to be expected. I've got nearly $1 million in my portfolio. Of course, this is only part of it on my main brokerage account. The S&P 500 is up today 0.91. I don't buy this for a minute. I don't believe the deal that we had this morning with Iran is a real deal. I think the government and the United States have given away billions of dollars in sanction relief and money. Of course, people are denying that and say we haven't. I have seen the evidence to the contrary. They certainly have. When you see it sharp in your tax bill, when you see it sharp in government debt, you will know too. We were totally sold a nonsense today, and I think Iran is absolutely laughing at the United States. So I'm very concerned that the market is going to crash harder than I once thought. Now we've got Michael Burry wanting to short SpaceX. Anyway, Virgin Galactic, let's look at that. This was dragged into the whole space thing. It went from like $5 to $9. I said, for God's sake, take your money quickly. No one listened. Now it's at $3.39 and could go bust now. The chance of it going bust, I would say, is 90%. SpaceX is selling off. It went all the way to 220. It came down all the way to 172. And for some reason, on the news that Elon Musk is going to dilute and take more money from you, you're buying it again? I mean, what on earth is going on? At 172, we're now 182 because Ron Barron, who bought it for cents, and Elon Musk and Ross Gerber and people like Meet Kevin telling you to buy it because it's worth $1,000. So you're all doing it again. Everyone has completely and utterly lost the plot. And this is why Michael Burry wants to short SpaceX. No surprise whatsoever. Be very careful and be careful in the overall market. Palantir down 1.65 today. Danger there too. Gold going down. People deciding that they want to hedge. A hedge isn't going to do a damn thing right now. Not a thing. People will dump it as fast as they think they want to buy it. It doesn't make you any money. You want to own a business that actually makes money. You need to own a defensive play right now. You don't want to be guessing. You don't want to be gambling right now. You want to own a business that earns and makes money. money and is defensive. Amazon going up today. And we got one final hurrah, one final rally before all this falls over. Apple up 0.41 today. Enphase Energy. Energy is the name of the game. I told you Enphase Energy was the name of the game. Power certainly is. This has a great balance sheet. I believe it's going to $100. Why did it dip yesterday? Because we might now have rate hikes. I told you no rate cut would come in 26, maybe even a rate hike. Well, now it's confirmed. It looks very likely in December, a rate hike. I'm still not calling that. I'm still calling no rate cuts at all, but maybe even a rate hike. Coca-Cola, it went down today. When have you seen a defensive stock in a couple of days drop 6%? I tell you when you last saw that. About 4 days ago, when SpaceX turned up and took everyone's money and dropped it. So I've been buying as much of this, and I mean every penny I can. There's only one thing left to do, and that is remortgage my house. That's one thing I just won't do, because if I did, my wife would divorce me. Otherwise, I would. J&J, defensive, going down. Everybody is selling everything now of value to buy the biggest gamble of your lives. I think we are at the edge of the biggest crash in history. Chevron oil going down. Could it all bounce back? Well, look at the trades. See who's buying, see who's selling. What's stacking up? Short positions are stacking up on oil. People driving the price down to make money. It's not really going down. It's going down for the short pressure. Be careful trading oil. Tesla worries me. It's a big company. It's right at the top there of the S&P, but I don't think the Tesla bros have a clue what they're talking about. I believe Tesla could go to $80 when Elon takes over with SpaceX. McDonald's, a defensive play with some growth, of course. I like McDonald's. It is a position that can protect your portfolio, but right now I prefer way more Coca-Cola. Absolutely 100%. For me, it's not strong enough right now. Google going back up again. Greg Abel is no Warren Buffett. He bought this at the worst time imaginable. That's why Berkshire Hathaway isn't doing that great anymore as it used to do under Mr. Warren Buffett. Microsoft, all sorts of issues there. The stock simply is too expensive. Meta Platforms, I have said now for a year, this is an $800 stock, but in these current conditions, it just can't break through 600, and we're down to 573. Be careful. Nvidia, this stock now should be at $250. That was my target. Many people accused me and thought I was selling too early. What is too early? Profit is profit. What does selling too early actually mean? Nothing. Sell the top. You can't sell the top. The top never exists. There'll always be another top. But you can buy the bottom. I did not like this. When it went over 220, I took profit. Now it's 209. It could be under 200 in a blink of an eye. I can't buy it right now. 117, Walmart. Walmart just can't get going again. It just can't do anything. I would only buy this under $100. It used to be regarded as a staple. It's very much now wrapped up in AI. It's got all sorts of worries hanging over its head. Tilray Brands. I had loads of people today message me saying Tilray Brands is going to explode today because there's another deal on the table from Donald Trump. No, there isn't. Absolutely not. It's rubbish, nonsense. Tilray Brands has no value whatsoever. I wouldn't pay a penny for this stock right now. Robinhood. Well, Robinhood is gone crazy. The meme stock, which was once hated by everybody because of the GameStop debacle. Everybody dumped it. Everybody hated it until they like it again. Until they hate it again. I love Robinhood. It's a great business. I use Robinhood for absolutely everything. I love Robinhood, but it's worth $60. It went to 120 and people think it's going to do it again. Why? Because the biggest voices in the world have told you so. Who's told you? Cathie Wood. Why does Cathie Wood say that? Because she's an influencer. She wants you to buy it. It's utter nonsense. And I know that crypto is going to break down. So what on earth is Robin Hood doing up there at 106? I've no idea. I'll tell you why it is. It started to go up. It's one of those sexy meme stocks. Everybody's been buying it. Until they don't, be careful. And where they're going to go, they'll go to the thing that's holding the market up. Defensive, Coca-Cola. Vertical aerospace. This caught the trend. Everybody got really excited with everything in aviation, everything sexy, everything rock and roll. They bought this, then they dumped it, then they pumped it, then they dumped it. No one even knows what they own. The amount of trades that have gone in this, there's not that many people who even know what this stock does and what it stands for. But they'll pump and dump it, which is a very dangerous way to play. Same sector, Joby Aviation. How many people actually understand what this stock is, what the business is, its debt position, its profit, its loss? Hardly anyone, because you wouldn't be buying it the way you are now if you did. Archer Aviation, another one. All of this on the brink of collapse. Bitcoin. Now, we were told when the carry trade or Japan raised rates, this was all going to fly up. Well, we had a little pop for a day or so, maybe 1 or 2%, but now it's falling harder again. My price prediction is between $30,000 and $50,000. Remember, there are people holding this, owning this, at 120,000. If they only stayed in the S&P for a few years, they would have beaten this 10 times over. This is now a really bad place to be, particularly with the amount of leverage that's wrapped up. More and more people are borrowing money, taking profits out of SpaceX, re-entering crypto, pumping it up, getting out. The human race in the stock market has gone absolutely mental. This is a very dangerous place, even for me in my Coca-Cola. It really is. You want the market to be more mature than this. This is not good. And this is why Michael Burry now wants to short SpaceX and bring the whole market crashing to its knees in the biggest crash in history. XRP, the very asset itself that was told it would be at $100 by Christmas, New Year's Eve. That never happened. And then it was going to rally 2 nights ago on Japan raising rates. We told you they would raise rates. They did raise rates, and XRP went down. Why? Because of leverage. Everyone is buying anything now. The prediction market has exploded on the World Cup. No one's paying attention to value anymore. No one is focused on balance sheets, margins, profits, loss, debt, nothing. Everyone is focused on momentum. Ethereum, Mr. Tom Lee, celebrated across social media for his performances, and I say performances specifically on CNBC. Every prediction he's made has been wrong and rubbish. Every one of my predictions has been spot on. He just makes it up and always says it's an opportunity. Now, if that sounds a bit of a cliche now, let me explain what I mean by that. Back in the big .com crash, it was decided on TV, Bloomberg and CNBC, to change policy. You could no longer talk about crashes. You think you're tuning in to a financial channel which gives you financial information? It's not. They will not tell you a crash is coming. They will never warn you. They will tell you everything is an opportunity. Why? Because their commercials, their sponsors want a positive spin on their commercials. They cannot do it. A few weeks ago, live when we covered an inflation report, I told you this was terrible news for the market. The CNBC presenter said it will be a great day for the market today. The market went down. How do they get away with it? They get away with it because you keep watching it. You believe it's true. Even though it's wrong, it doesn't matter. You'll keep coming back because they word it in such a way that it's just an opportunity when it goes down. Not it's going down and you shouldn't have bought it because we told you a lot of rubbish. No, they're saying it's a buying opportunity. Tom Lee has done it over and over again, telling you something amazing is about to happen. and it simply doesn't. And it never does. And he kicks it down the can saying it's another buying opportunity. It is not. Now, I'm not old. Well, I am old. Actually, I'm 57. I do appreciate crypto. I've bought crypto. I own crypto. I've traded crypto. I get it. I'll be back in again with crypto. Right now, I've got a very, very small position in crypto. I told you why. I've simply got some marker positions. Let me show you. I have got a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of XRP, a little bit of Bitcoin. Why? Because I sold it at the top. I got out. I was right. I bought something much more valuable, something much more boring that no one's paying attention to. That's called the S&P 500 at the time. I then sold that for a lot of money and bought Coca-Cola, something equally boring that nobody wants to buy. And that suits me down to the ground. Ethereum, I kind of like it. However, I won't own it here. Absolutely not. I'm up 8%. I'm only in with $10. XRP, another one. I will own it. I can see it. I can get it, but I'm not paying anything above 80 cents for it. Bitcoin, they're exactly the same. You can come out with numbers and make them up all you like. However, I'm showing you day in, day out, beating the market 3 and 4x 3 years in a row with no options, no shorts, no guessing, no gambling. You don't need to own crypto to get rich. You don't need to own crypto to protect your portfolio. You don't need to own gold or do stop losses to protect your portfolio. All of these things are designed to benefit others. You simply buy value, understand what you own, and when it goes down, you are well structured, you are well funded, you are well organized, you simply buy more because you liked it where it was. It's got cheaper unless the macro conditions have changed, of course, but when you buy a great business, the macro conditions don't change that much. In fact, they stay the same over decades. And until they do, or you recognize them, you shouldn't even be in the business in the first place. So there we go. That's my position today on the stock market. This is our last show now until Monday. When you next see me on Monday, I could be a millionaire plus or wiped out completely. I'm only joking. I'm not going to get wiped out. There's not a chance in hell. I never lose money. I'm not going to lose money. I'm not going to get margin called. I'm not going to get liquidated. Many of you will, though, and many of you will by Monday, but it won't be me. Let me show you how much money I've actually got in the world. Look at that. 0.01 cent. That's it. Nothing in the bank. Nothing in cash, nothing in my pocket, nothing on the end of a credit card. It's all in. It's all maxed out. I've maxed out all my cards at 4% on a 2-year deal where I've paid the fee up front, so I don't have to pay it off for another 18 months. 4%, that is cheaper than the margin on Robinhood. And all I'm left with is 1 cent. What stands between me and bankruptcy is that portfolio you're looking on the screen. There is my buying power. There is my margin position. There it is. I am all in 100%. There is nowhere else for me to go. I've got a 48% buffer. Why is it so high? Why is it so good if I borrowed so much money? Because I've used lots to organize my trades all the way down. We teach it every day on Discord. On Monday, I am very confident I'll be selling my top lots, reducing my margin position and owning the shares I bought at the bottom. I will not be holding forever in margin because it would take me 3,000 years to pay it off. I've got to pay it off. I don't want to be paying 4% for the rest of the year. I want to be paying 4% maybe for a few more days, if not a couple of weeks. That's it. It costs me about $45 a day to borrow money, and that is the cost. That's it. It's $45 a day. 10 days, $450. Well, in 10 days, my portfolio could be $1.2 million. So I don't mind spending $450 for that, because at the end of the day, I am going to be in a great asset no matter what. The market will collapse, and when it does, it's got to go somewhere. Now, I want to be absolutely clear and make my predictions really clear for you. When the market goes down, which it will, crypto will go down 80%, the S&P between 40 and 50%, and things like Coca-Cola 15 to 20%. So why don't I sell and get out and sit on the sidelines and do nothing? Because scared money doesn't make money. Big money, big companies that we invest in don't just get out of the market. Of course they don't. They're always doing the business. They're always in. They don't sell up and bring the shutters down. They stay involved. The opportunity is in the market, not out of the market. People will say, but yes, you can protect your money. No, you can't. If you sell and you get out, you are losing money. There's no dividends coming for you at all. There's no little pops for you. There is no, and what you are losing, of course, is inflation. Every year you sit there and do nothing, and you could be waiting a long time, you could be losing 4% a year. Now, you might argue, yeah, but if the market drops 20%, I can then jump in. The trouble is, you won't. The reality is, people that sit on the sidelines don't jump in. They won't know when to jump in because they're afraid to be in the market, so they'll be afraid to jump in. Why? Because if you're afraid to be in the market when it's up, why on earth would you want to buy when it goes down? And all through history, this has been proven and shown over and over again. The people that made the money out of all the crashes in the past were the ones that actually stayed in. The name of the game is about staying in, survival. Can you remain in the market? Not just can you jump in when you've magically adopted the bottom. Nobody does know when the bottom comes. However, I guarantee you I will find the bottom. I always find the bottom, because on the way up, things go up and down. On the way down, things go up and down. And each time we get little rallies, I use my lots to sell the higher lots. I sell the higher lots to free up capital. That protects my portfolio. And as we go down, I use that money to buy lower again. And I keep doing that until eventually we do find the bottom. And when we find the bottom, and no one knows when it's the bottom until several months later, I'll be trimming on the way out of it. And that's the way I did it last time. I've done this 3 or 4 times in the last 4 years. Liberation Day, the beginning of the war, all kinds of different issues, like the carry trade of October, I think it was 2 years ago, when we dropped like about 8 or 9% in a day or so. These occasions occur all the time, and they will occur much more now with SpaceX about to crash the NASDAQ. So this isn't a message of fear. It's not designed to tell you to get out of the market. In fact, it's not to tell you to do anything. I am sat in my studio and I am investing my money, and you are watching for free. You chose to watch. You chose to be here today. I simply posted it on my social media, my platforms. I didn't spam across other platforms. I didn't message you. I didn't phone you up and say, hey, I'm going live now. This is what you should do. I went live in my own time, in my own studio, on my own platform, on my own channels. You chose to watch. What you do with your money is your choice. You need to decide now, what do you do? Do you get out of the market and sit in cash and put your money under the bed and hope for the best? Do you get in the market? Well, if you get in the market, what should you buy? Should you speculate and gamble with things that could give you massive returns? Or do you buy quality? Do you buy businesses that actually make money? Well, over the last 4 or 5 years, I have proven over and over again, mathematically, it makes more sense every single time to buy a great business that actually makes money. Because if it actually makes money, you'll be around at the end of the game. If you are speculating and gambling, you are playing the game and it's not manipulated. Some people think the whole thing is manipulated and you're being played and so on. And it's all the big man versus the little man. Meet Kevin isn't making you buy SpaceX or Enphase Energy. Ron Barron isn't making you buy SpaceX or Ross Gerber. They're not making you buy these things. They're simply telling you and making it sound amazing because they're in it and they're selfish, greedy individuals. Unfortunately, this world is made up of people like that. It's the way it works. And as we are also the same, we're also greedy and selfish. I'm selfish. There's nothing great about me. I want to do this. I want to sit here. I want to invest. I love broadcasting. I'm not doing it for the benefit of my health. I could go for a walk. I like doing this. I actually enjoy helping people. It's not because I'm a nice person. It's because I enjoy it. I want to do it. And we do that throughout our lives. If you are living in a marriage and you think, oh, I'm a really nice person. I'm faithful to my wife. My wife should be lucky to have me. I'm with my wife because it makes me happy. I don't sacrifice my life. I'm not living a rubbish life, staying with somebody I don't want to be with just because it makes that person happy. Nobody does that. We all do what makes us happy. So nothing nice about you by being a nice person. It just makes you happy to be a nice person, or it makes you happy to be a bad person. That's your choice of who you want to be. So take your own initiative. Decide what you're going to do. It's your money. If you sell out and you sit out on the market, I guarantee one thing. You will miss the bottom and you will miss the buying opportunity of a lifetime. If, however, you stay in the market, but you overstretch yourself, and you might say, I've done that, but I really haven't. I'm only 1 for 1 in Coca-Cola, the most defensive, reliable business in the world, the most recognized brand in the world. I haven't gone 10x in some crypto coin. So even if I do put $1 million or 10 million or one day even more than that, I don't ever gamble. I don't guess. I don't do options, and I never lose money, and I'm not going to lose money. So the bell is about to go for the final time. I'm actually concerned now because now I'm starting to think the market isn't in fact closed tomorrow. I actually believed the market was closed tomorrow. Can someone just check for me, please? Is the market in fact closed tomorrow? For some reason, I thought it was. Let me just check. I'm starting to think now the stock market might not be closed tomorrow, and I've got that completely wrong. Is the stock market closed tomorrow, Juneteenth, which is June the 19th? Right, I was right. I was getting worried then for a minute. Yes, the stock market is in fact closed tomorrow. For one moment, I just doubted myself there and thought for a second that the market in fact was open, and I looked like a right idiot telling you that the market's actually closed and it's actually not. No, for some reason I double checked myself. So anyway, there we go. So it's up to you. It's up to you what you do. The market will be closed tomorrow, June the 19th. I won't be here. We have Sensei doing a show tomorrow night live on Discord for our Discordians, trading charts, your trades, your options, the things that you want, your requests for a chart. Tomorrow night, I will do a music show for you. You can tune in to my music show 4 p.m. Central Time, and then I'll be back on Monday. We've just got a week or so to go now before our 5th anniversary of the show. Tomorrow, I will actually be I've got a gold member tomorrow. I will be, of course, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sharing my trades with you in Discord and YouTube Electrum. So if I'm buying or selling anything, of course, the market's closed. I'm not going to be buying anything or selling anything because I've got no money to buy and I can't sell because the market's closed. So don't expect any trades from me tomorrow. But if you'd like to follow me personally, away from the YouTube channel, away from the trades and education of Discord, over the weekend and tomorrow, I'll be on Instagram live, in live chat rooms with my subscribers, my Insta Lucasades, who are all joining me for 99 cents on the 5th birthday. 1 week from today, it'll be going up to $2.99, but all of you will never pay more than 99 cents. It's the introductory week. You can all join me. I've got 98 members now, 6,500 followers. I've gone viral on Instagram. If you'd like to join me for the football, the games, the tea on Thursday, whiskey Wednesdays, all my behind-the-scenes stuff away from the studio. If you want to be an Insta Lucasade and a guaranteed price forever at 99 cents, there is Instagram in the chat. So as we come to the close, no surprise to me whatsoever. My investment is about to pay off. I've gone all in. We are 4 minutes to go. My position is starting to rally, which is nice. I've now got $1 million in Coca-Cola, all in on one stock. And that is lovely. So I love you all. I will leave you all. Let's go to the bell. We've got 4 minutes to go. I will see you in 1 hour. Of course, on Discord, same time every day for all Discord Pro members. I'll be there for you in 1 hour and 4 minutes, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. in the UK. I'll be live with you, answering questions, going through our trade setups, taking questions and whatever it is you need from me. And then tomorrow, I'll be with the football on Instagram and all the other private stuff that I'll be doing, all my thoughts and discussions that I might have with Sensei and what he's learning from Michael Burry, all the personal stuff, anything stock related, anything business related, anything trades related is of course always and always will be in my Discord. All right. But this is my private life away from the camera on my phone on Instagram. And then tomorrow night, there'll be the music show. Sensei will be doing the chart show. And then back on Monday. Monday, will we open up? Well, only time will tell. You've got 2 minutes to go before the bell goes. We then have 3 hours after hours trading. You've got a bit of time. So where will you go? What will you do? Well, look at my portfolio now. It's moving. And look how much it moves now. Look at this. 2.5 grand just in the last, in fact, that's probably about 5 grand actually in the last 35 minutes, because that's a whole hour and you can see it was up and then it came down. So about 5.5 grand in the last 20 minutes going into the close. So there it is. We've got 2 minutes to go. Do we have any questions? Let's have a quick look. Yes, it's a holiday. Thank you, Wisdama. Appreciate it. Bold Eagle, my warning is out. The next 2 or 3 weeks, the world will be on edge. Get prepared for anything now. My warning is out. Oh my gosh. We can't obviously take any comments seriously in the chat from non-members because we get scammers, we get trolls, we get bad actors. You know, you can't make predictions in the chat if you're a non-member. I mean, we're not taking that seriously, seriously, right? I'm out. Thanks, Martyn. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Thank you, foreigner from abroad. Okay, that's weird. Coca-Cola going up. Isn't everyone a foreigner if they're from abroad? Anyway, Bold Eagle, Diesel, absolutely. Thanks. I have thought was Fridays. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. I'm curious, what is losing? I'm Martyn definition. Is it selling at loss, opportunity loss, or paper loss? I've got to be honest with you, Jade. I don't understand your question. If you could repeat it. We've got 30 seconds to go. The market is about to close. The market is about to ring. The bell's about to go. Let's get ready. Here we go. Let's go for all the positions for you right on the bell. What are we going to see? Are we going to go up in the after hours? Remember, there is still 3 hours more on the main market to trade. There'll be a bit more, but SpaceX is the most ridiculous thing in the world to buy right now at the price. Elon Musk has just told you he's going to dilute, and people think that's a good thing. I've never seen anything so stupid in my life. 3, 2, 1. No wonder Michael Burry's going to short it. All right, there we go. The bell has now gone. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Discord in 1 hour. Look out for all my news over the weekend here on YouTube, Discord, and Instagram, of course. I'll be live. If there's anything breaking and urgent, I always do. I'll always be there in Discord for all of my trades, all of my positions, all of my setups, of course. But tomorrow, I'm taking a day off. There's no shows from me tomorrow in Discord. But of course, I will be active in Discord if there are things I need to share and news and so on. 24 hours a day, you have my support always inside Discord and YouTube Electrum. That's it from me. Have a wonderful, wonderful long weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are. It's going to be really, really exciting on Monday. Are things going to work out? Did the money arrive in time? Did the money come in time? Did the stock market go lower, or did it start to rally? And whatever it does, it'll be dramatic. The move will be dramatic. So look forward to that. I look forward to seeing you all back with me on Monday. We're going up after hours. I've got to be honest, I'm not at all surprised. I'm very, very happy in my position of Coca-Cola. It's the only stock I could buy with confidence right now. Everything else looks absolutely bonkers and pointless and daft, if I'm perfectly honest with you. All right, so if you'd like to join me over the weekend for the football and other personal stuff, there is Instagram. It is in its introductory week. There's a few days to go because on the 5th anniversary, it goes to $2.99. Not for you guys. There's no price increase ever. You'll pay 99 cents forever for private, personal, behind the scenes, live events and all kinds of things that you don't get anywhere else. Remember, my stock trades are always exclusively on Discord. It's for the personal stuff, the other stuff, and this, of course, right now, it's the football. That's it from me. Have a wonderful weekend away. I'm going to send you all to Extra. Here is the link to Extra. We're playing you a replay of this morning's show. You might want to go and check it out. There you go. Click on the link. It will take you there automatically. There it is. I will see you back on Friday, tomorrow night for the music show, and then back on Monday. Or in Discord if there's anything important to bring to you. And of course, for the football tomorrow, Team USA, I'll be live in Instagram for that. That's it from me. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I love you all. It's the greatest job in the world. And listen, remember, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.